Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, Adventure Destinations. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destinations and Thompson's Resort, along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the Wild West.
Today we're on Lake Winnipeg. We're fishing a lake that I've always wanted to fish for a fish species that I've always wanted to fish. Lake Winnipeg for greenback walleye. Paul, what can we expect here today?
Today we're going to be checking a few different spots. We're going to be vertical jigging. And yeah, hopefully we can get on a few walleye. And hopefully I can get you a master for the day.
Master, which is 28 point plus?
Yeah.
Now you were saying off camera, August is a tough time to fish this lake. They can be scattered.
It is. This is one of the tougher times to fish. May and June is pretty much phenomenal fishing out here. And then you can get into the September, October, and it picks right back up. It's phenomenal fishing.
Right into the ice fishing season.
Yeah.
Stay tuned on this episode of Fishing Wild West TV from Lake Winnipeg in Manitoba. He hit it on the drop as well. Yeah, as soon as I picked it up, as soon as I was setting it down, bang. Walleye. Greenback walleye out of Lake Winnipeg. Now, this is a huge lake, 24,500 square kilometers, big water, big walleye, and we're just sifting through some now. Paul Monroe, the owner of Cat Daddy Fishing Guide Services, also guides on Lake Winnipeg, but his wife went golfing, so we took advantage of it and bringing him fishing for the day. This lake, yeah, it's beauty, just nice. I mean, that's the only place I've ever heard of that they get this emerald green, and they'll get darker, you say?
Yeah, they do.
So this is a lake, I've never been on it before. I've heard lots about it. It's world famous, Lake Winnipeg, but it can be, because it's so big, it can be extremely dangerous. So when Paul agreed to come out with us, I was relieved. So if you ever come out here, be very careful. The wind can come up. They say 3 out of 4 directions can get really nasty. So Mustang, someone you know, and play safe.
Net.
Okay, I was just rebaiting. Feel good?
Oh, he's just
a nice walleye.
Yeah.
By all means.
perfect.
It's a great walleye. Nothing wrong with him, Paul. We'll get him back in the water.
Absolutely.
Go for his big brother. I was just baiting up when you set the hook on that one. So we get some fish going through here. We get a bunch of fish, small, all sizes. And that's the thing, we're just weeding through some fish looking for those big ones. Gave him about 15, 20 seconds with it to make sure he had it. And we're starting to get into a little bigger walleye.
I'll let you get that.
Okay. Oh, fella. I'll get your pliers. I put a stinger hook on. Anyone who watches the show knows I believe in stinger hooks. And we were missing a lot of fish. They're taking it, but we're missing them. I mean, that's a great walleye. Greenback, beautiful colors. Get him in the water. We'll go for some more. Right down. Perfect. I do believe we're using 1/4 ounce or 3/4 ounce Big Sky jigs. The little flasher on it. And I've just tied on a stinger. And we're using frozen minnows. Let me just show you what I'm doing here. We're using the bigger ones. I hook it through the eyes round, back into the body. Then I take that stinger hook, this here. So now, even if they're short striking, they're getting that hook, and that's the one that was in that fish.
This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
That's a better one too.
That's a big one?
Oh, he's all right.
Like the all right one you just showed us?
Yeah.
Haha, that's a great one. Bring him in. I gotta. That's another great walleye.
There you go. Popped right out. Hey.
This is Paul's walleye, but I'm gonna show him to you. Because it's my show, Paul.
Absolutely. No. You've told me that 4 or 5 times now.
That's another great walleye. The greenbacks, the coloring is just incredible.
Yeah, I caught him up high.
Watching him on the live scope.
Yeah.
You're watching him on TV, setting the hook on him. Is it the good one?
No, it's average.
Net? That's a great fish, Paul.
Thanks, Wes.
I had one biting over here.
There's another big one down there right now.
Hopefully this is him. This is a great walleye. Make sure you show him to the camera. These are some of the ones we're after. We're just weeding through the smaller ones. I'd like to get more involved, but I had one biting here. And I just lost one that big. That's a great walleye.
Yeah, very nice.
That's you say is average.
That's yeah.
And August is a really tough month. We're supposed to be here in June, but the province of Manitoba had a lot of flooding issues. We couldn't get on the water. Even the Red River, when we fished for catfish with Paul, it was too dangerous to fish. So we're here in August. Fish are a little more scattered, a little more spread out, as bigger ones often do, but we're still picking them up. Big one?
Yeah, he's an all right size.
One I just, I just had a bite here. I was sitting down to get the net.
We'll take the net.
Heck yeah, he's a great fish. I just lost one over here. I had one over messing with mine. As I went to net, I missed this one.
Nice fish.
I dropped it back down to him. He missed it the first time, Paul.
Yeah.
Dropped it back down to him, and he took it.
Nice.
Just great fish here. We just moved spots. We moved spots to about 3 feet different in depth, so just a little ways.
Watch that stinger.
And we picked him up right away. He missed it the first time. Then I dropped it back down to him. And on the live scope, you could actually, on the live scope, you could actually see him turn and come back.
The fish is going down right now.
The one I just released?
Yeah.
So he turned, I dropped it back to him, bang. He come right off the bottom. Yeah, he feels good. I didn't even see him on the live scope. He just, like a ninja, came out of the depths.
Nice. Nice fish.
Fantastic. Like I say, I didn't even see this one, Paul. Just came right out of the depths. Great walleye, they're all. This one's quite slender. They're all great fish. Get him back in there. Away he goes. And that one, even though we're using the live scope, I didn't see him, and he came fast, right off the bottom. The graph wasn't picking him up. The live scope, well, I didn't see him on there, and then all of a sudden, bang. This one feels really good.
Yeah, once those guys start committing, boy.
This looks like a really good walleye. Oh, he spit just the... There we go. Hang on. Take a quick picture. Big Sky jig pops out. That's getting a lot better. I'm gonna take a quick measurement. I'd like to get a quick picture. We'll get him back in the water. I'm amazed at the coloration, especially on their skull plate. Lake Winnipeg. Big walleye, or big water, big walleye.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Big Chief Meat Snacks, big taste, big adventure. This segment is brought to you by Streamside Rods and Reels, we keep you fishing, and Gill Fishing, anywhere, all conditions.
Beautiful. Good job, man.
Watched them on TV.
The live scope.
Man, they're off the bottom and we're just raising up to them. And that's when they're picking it up. You take it up and they'll dart at it. They'll sometimes bump it and then turn back and take it again. I think that's what this one did.
Hey, check this out inside of them. That's what they're eating.
What is that?
Take a look at it.
I want to take his meal out. That's like a huge minnow or something. Maybe he was brother.
It's a Cisco.
I don't know if you can see it in his mouth. So they're feeding. Yeah, he must have just ate that
Yeah.
and then took my bait. So they're down there. They can be really aggressive. And it's noon. It's about 12:15. So it's, you know, the myth of walleye only bite in the morning and evening is not true.
Nice.
I was dropping down and my line caught on my bail, and when I went to set the hook, it flipped open. This feels like another good one. Oh, is this my
Yeah, this could be pretty close.
big one? So again, it's now probably 1:30. A lot of people have gone off the water midday. They don't think walleye bite. And here we are catching some huge walleye. Holy moly. Holy cow.
Right on, Wes.
That Paul promised me he'd get me some big ones, and here they are. I don't know how long she is. Not gonna measure, don't care, we'll get her back in the water. Beautiful green colorations.
Beautiful fish.
That's the females that are reproducing these greenback walleye. Paul, face the camera, show. So Paul guides, as you know, you may remember Paul from such movies as Cat Daddy Fishing Guide Service.
Yeah.
But he also guides here on Lake Winnipeg. We got him on a day off while his wife's out golfing. This is our second or third spot, and at every spot there's been walleye. Again, it's August. They're really scattered. We're having to work for them, but they are here. I lost myself on the live scope, but had to go old school.
Old school.
Man, this is pretty neat. Some great fish coming up, all age classes. As you've seen, some great big ones. That's still, it's the first part of August. I think it's the 11th of August. Still got a couple months to bulk up. Paul believes that May, June are the best months, and then September or October. Not that July and August aren't good, it's just a little slower and they're a little more scattered. So again, just another year class, which, as you know, I believe a healthy fishery is not just the big ones, but even catching the little ones and everything in between, because then you got fish coming up and you got a healthy fishery for the future.
There's a good one. There's one.
Oh, perfect. Come over here.
Oh, just a cookie?
Just about same size as the one I just released,
Yeah,
or
brother.
actually probably a little smaller.
Always smaller.
Always
smaller than West David.
But this one I think is true. I really think it is.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
We've been going back and forth between frozen minnows or the Big Bite Baits swimming jerk minnow. The 4-inch swimming minnow is basically imitating the frozen minnow, which is also imitating a lot of the bait fish that these walleye are eating. Then we got a 3/4 ounce Big Sky jig on, flasher. For the short strikes, as you know, if you watch Fish in the Wild West TV, I like a stinger hook. Paul is not fishing a stinger hook. Got a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader from Sunline, 20-pound braid from Sunline. Once we spot the walleye on the live scope, we stop, jig them for a bit, find the active fish. It just keep moving with the active fish, vertical jigging, and we've been picking up some incredible greenback walleye here in mid-August, Lake Winnipeg.
Fishing the Wild West TV will be right back. This segment is brought to you by Mustang Survival, Live Beyond Land, and Canalta Hotels, for wherever life takes you.
Another one was in there, eh?
That little one kept beating him to the bait the first time. Yeah, this is another big one. Put the net in the water. Whew! Those are beauties.
Nice fish, buddy.
I'll get him out, show him to you.
Watch.
All right, he came out. I just don't know where my line is. So, took a quick picture. We're gonna get her back in the water because there was more down there with her. Holy cow, are those beautiful fish. Away she goes. And right now, we're fishing 19.8 feet of water.
There she's going down.
And we're watching them on the live scope. Most of these fish have been taken at about 2 feet, 3 feet off the bottom. And we've even been utilizing some trout fishing tactic, jigging tactics. So bring it up, see them, and keep reeling real slow, and they'll chase it and bang. But we wouldn't know it was happening if it wasn't for the live scope. Incredible tool, great fishing. I lost track of him. This is awesome.
Looks like another big fish.
There is no, this never gets old. Jigging walleye, vertical jigging walleye. I could do it forever. Absolutely love it. Yep, that's a beautiful walleye. We'll get him out of the net, get him unhooked, and we'll show him to you. Oh, he's eating your net.
The mouth's on him, eh?
Look at that beauty. Man, are their colors beautiful. And there are a whole bunch go through very similar size, and then they'll, a school of small ones will go, and then these will come back. Holy cow. And this is probably 3-4 pounds lighter than it will be this October. Gonna get her back in the water. Man, look at how they just blend into the water. Away she goes.
Just so you know, you have another one down by you.
This is one of the coolest experiences there is, but I gotta get it going. Oh, you left me in the net. Oh, way to go, Paul.
Yeah, you're
well
welcome.
played.
You're welcome.
Well played, Mr. Man.
I've been doing it all day for you. It's time for you to step up.
Leaves my hook in the water, or in the net. And I think some of these, bigger the better. I'm coming, Paul.
No, don't worry about it. I'm catching the big ones.
The big ones are on my side of the boat.
They are actually. That's good.
Big juicy minnows. And normally, you know, you fish these walleye or any walleye like right on the bottom, pick it up, set it down. These ones are wanting it a foot, 2 feet off the bottom. And sometimes they chase it down as you slow reel it right to the surface. They're acting like lake trout. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, Vertical Jigging, Greenback Walleye on Lake Winnipeg with Paul Monroe, Cat Daddy Fishing Guide Services. Paul, I want to thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I know we're still fishing, but we got what we need for the show. Now we can just have fun. If you like what you've seen on this week's episode, follow us on social media or through the pages of Hooked Magazine. I'm your host, Wes David, Fishing the Wild West TV.
Oh, come on.
That is a big fish, Paul. It's not basketball, it's fishing. That is a big fish. Show that to the camera. I want to thank you for keeping that big pike off my hook.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Good fight.
That's like the 4th or 5th species we've caught here.
Yeah.
And best of all, it didn't bite my hook off.
Yeah.
Good job. You're a great guy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Wes.
Wild